Hello, welcome. So let's deal with this once and for all, okay? In this lesson, we are going to learn exactly how to publish our project, especially one-page projects online. And this comes with the wireframe. We just added the wireframe so I can spice things a little more. But I'm going to give you a guide on what to do, how to post, and the sequence to post on which you have to post, okay? So first, we have the wireframe, which is the first level of this particular practice, where you make a sketch of what you're actually trying to do. Okay, usually this goes through different evaluation where the final one is approved, then you can make a screenshot. But I want to point out something very quickly in the wireframe which I want you to take note. As you see, this wireframe is the most clean wireframe I've seen. I think I've seen something like that again. Someone somewhere down here did something very cool also. This is very clean also. This interface is very clean. I don't know if this is sketched with a hand or this is digitally sketched. This should be a digital sketch. Okay, so we don't approve digital sketch. This will be cancelled. You are going to make a normal sketch with an A4 paper, then you can cut out the paper as this and then show only the area that actually matches your content. I didn't ask for a digital wireframe, and I have to actually look out for the rest to confirm if it is this is not a digital. I think this is a sketch. Or is it digital? This looks like digital. You have to confirm. The lines are too straight. Okay, so now we are not looking at something that is going to be very perfect. Okay, we're not looking for a perfect wireframe. We want people to know, we want your prospect to know that this concept is something that you sketch with your hand. It's not something that you combine as a mock-up or something you downloaded from what someone else do somewhere else. So we want this to look as real as possible. The only thing that's going to look digital here, it's going to be your main design, the prototype. Okay, that's what it's going to be like that. Like, this is very cool. This is just what I'm looking at. But then I would want this particular concept of your wireframe to stand straight, to be vertical. That's number one. Number two is that your wireframe is going to actually be snapped in a very upright manner, which means this part, I'm seeing some kind of space here. It wouldn't make sense if you are trying to put this on a space. It wouldn't actually work well. So we need something that is standing very upright. Let me see if there is another one of such. See the one from, this one is closed, but it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why this particular ruler line is here. So just put your wireframe in a plain place, snap it from the top, make sure the camera is vertically pointing at your wireframe, like from the top side pointing at it. This is a very wrong format for that. This one that is done by Special Design is a very wrong format for that. You don't use that format. You don't just snap your wireframe like this. Okay, it's a random format. But I know that you just snap this because you are showing for the final sample approval, and this wireframe is dirty. You need to make another one. This one is very rough. I don't know where you place this that make it look like this. So you're gonna remake this your wireframe and snap it again, then publish in the group. And this will be done in just less than 24 hours, please, so I can proceed with the rest of the things. So if you still have this one, you can snap it and make it erect, no problem. Even if it is dirty, no problem. It's still real. It makes it look real to me. Okay, it's no problem. It mustn't be 100% perfect. So, but the thing I want you to do is to make it look very upright so that you can use it in Photoshop and make things easier. So now when we want to create a wireframe from Photoshop, the final format I will advise us to use is 2000 times 2000 pixels. So you want to learn sizing, you can go check out the video we make in sizing Photoshop for beginners playlist from our YouTube channel. So click on this and we have to select on inches. So in inches, we want this to be 2000 and the height is going to be 2000. Why we want this size? Because we want everything to be in square. Okay, so make sure this is checked and make sure it is on 300 resolution and make sure that the color mode is on RGB. That's perfect. Everything is done from there. The next thing, you click on create. So now here is where you can select your background if you want to. If your paper is white, you can select a gray background. If your paper is gray, you can select a white background. So we are on a white background. Let's download one of those samples and see what we can do with it. So for this one, we are not going to use the one that have been already prepared. Like this digital one is not going to be used. We are going to make a sketch of that. Then I'll submit just your wireframe because all of this, I'll show you how to publish them. So let's take, for instance, we are going with this one and let's click option and save this work. Save it here. We exit. And now we need to pull it into Photoshop. You may need to lock this particular one. Okay. Pull it in here. See, it needs to be vertical. So we need to arrange it to be vertical, reduce it a little more. And this is where we start having issues because we need to remove this background. Okay, but if this was standing very perfectly erect, all you need to do is to use the rectangular marquee tool to just select on the area that you want, just something like this. You see, it can't match because this thing now, you see the brown part is joining and we are actually messing with some area. So this will be perfect straight line. If it's perfect straight line, it's easy for us to crop out that particular area. We're going to try number 2 and see so you understand what I mean. So this number 2 is fair enough, okay, but it's not perfect for what I want. This ruler line shouldn't be here, so that it's easy for you to crop out the area. And your design is not blurry. I don't know if it is camera, so use a better camera to snap that. So we're going to point this in again, drag this one inside and hit on enter. So you see this part, we can now crop out this part. You see, this is more easier to crop because we have more space in the paper to crop out. Click on this and we can click option. When you select with this tool, you can't just crop it out. To crop this out, you click Ctrl J, but it's going to show us an error. Okay, it didn't show us an error. But the best practice is whenever you select, drop an element, click on the element from this corner, right click on it and click on rasterize layer. So when you rasterize layer, you can now crop out the part you want or the part you don't want. So once we are done, delete all the parts that we don't want and we'll have only the space that we want available. So since this is here, we can just center it. This is another mistake that you make that I don't really approve. This is here. We can now select the background to change it to whatever color we want. Possibly we can make it the brown background as we have from here. Selecting a background, then select on this and we point on that background, something close to that. We can give it a dark background as we want. Perfect. So now we have a dark background. You can even make it a gradient to make it look more subtle. So scroll over here, can cancel this, make a gradient from here. Okay, you can even make this blue. I like this blue color. Okay, so that's just that this part we need to raise it up a little. Perfect. Good. So click on OK. So here is when we now can just drop it down a little. Make sure this is in a square. Why? Is because your design itself will always be in a square. I told you guys that all designs must be in a square and you guys are doing wonderful work here. I love the fact that all designs are in a square. It's not easy. Not everybody can make mockups that works in square, but that's the format that is supported by all platforms. You can use it on Facebook, Instagram, Behance, whatever platform at all, and it works perfectly well. So we want one that will be able to work in all environments, not what's selective of the platform we are actually using it on. So here you may need to write your article from here. I can call this div. This is a div wireframe, so always call it div wireframe. Okay, this is not just a low fidelity wireframe, it's a div wireframe. So this one can be a little bit larger if you want to, something large like this. Then you can put it, you can make it any color of your choice. You can select color in two ways by clicking on this or selecting on the select everything, select on the font, click on this and click on Ctrl A to select everything. Then click on color and then you switch the color to whatever you want. Okay, so we have that one as the first one. The second one, we need to write a little article from here. You see what the other person did from here, and I think they did well. We have been having series of stuff like that. A simple payment plan. Okay, so I will need you to write a little more details in your own, not just a simple payment plan. So we can just draw a little line of text here. You can just put your text there and write whatever you want to write. So reduce the font size to something like this. This is perfect. So we can now break this if we want, or select everything, then start writing whatever we want to write. Okay, we can expand this also so that I can have more lines. This space is too much, so we can correct that by clicking on this option at the top side. Click on it, and in the line height or text line height, you already web designers, you already know what I'm talking about. Okay, you adjust that till it matches what you want. So furthermore, you can adjust this to the edge. Make sure you select on the text and make everything left aligned, because this is center aligned. Just click on this icon to make it left aligned. So everything will align perfectly well with the one we have from here. Okay. You can say here, let's cap. Here is div wireframe for a payment plan. Okay, div wireframe of a payment plan for an academy or for a design academy, full stop. Don't let people know that this is a trial project or it's kind of concept project. It's not your business. It's not their business. Just post your work as though this is a real project. Okay? Don't let people start knowing that this is a design concept you just make up. No, this is what, like a real project, and it's a real project because I reviewed it. Here is a div wireframe of a payment plan for a design academy. See, very simple. So we can adjust this part a little more so that I can match and be less than. You remember the rule in web design, it shouldn't be more than your heading text so it can look nice to the eyes. So we are good to go with that one. You see, this looks perfectly well or closely perfect to what we want. Okay, so here is what you are going to do. When you come to Instagram, let me go to Instagram. Let me search for my name in Instagram. Kata Studios, Instagram. Okay, let's get in here. So this is how you are going to be making your post from now going forward. Cancel. So this is how you make your post from now going forward. You see, we have multiple grids from here. Multiple grids, you can see. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. You are going to be making the first post as the wireframe itself only. Just the wireframe itself. Now look at this post. You're going to notice something. Okay, I'm not signed in. I was about to check on this. I wish that would be possible for me to see, but it's not. Okay, let me show you something from my template area. Let's open my template environment. That's mine. Art design, Kata Studios, I think. Let's check on sell anything. Not this one. Let's check on testimonial web design together. Web design, add design together. Let's check this one. Perfect. So you see something like this is called, I call this an outro. Okay, so you can prepare something like this or contact somebody who can prepare something like this. It's very important. Okay, so that when you post your div wireframe, you can add this one as the back. It should also be a square. Forget this one. This one is not a square. This one is a rectangle. You can add this one at the back, so when somebody see that content, they can scroll and see. If you have time, go to my Instagram account, open this particular post which I just made today, swipe, you will see at the end part, you will see my outro and the square format of this one, and it's actually detail what you do. You can your own, you can detail the kind of website you actually make. Okay, but there's a caveat here. Okay, there's a catch. Watch carefully. You don't make this post you don't make two posts on Facebook. You can make two posts, like add this wireframe image and this one, which is your outro. You can do that on Instagram, but never you do that on Facebook. Don't add two posts. You can add from 4 posts up in Facebook. Don't do that on Instagram. Facebook and Instagram can add 4 posts and above, but it's only Instagram that can take 2 posts, 3 posts. Don't do that on Facebook because the layout doesn't make any sense. You understand what I mean? The layout don't make any sense. How I wish I can just get into Facebook right now and show you. But what it means is that we are going to have, instead of we having this box covering everywhere and people enjoying the content, like it's supposed to cover number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 on Facebook if you are posting only 1. But if you are posting 2, it's only going to cover number 1 and number 2. Then the one image will be here, yeah, this one will be the second one. It's going to make things look very small. Leaving this empty space and making your content look small. It's only when somebody click on it that somebody can open it. So we don't want that. Okay, so post only one content, except in cases where you want to post all of this content. That's why I forced everybody to make sure we have up to 4 content. As you can see, we have 4 contents here. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. For each person, we made it 4. That is intentional. It wasn't a mistake. I wasn't doing it to stress you. I did it intentionally to make sure that everything stays in place. So you see, everybody here have 4 contents: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you are looking for where to find your mockups, we actually have a platform in Telegram. If you are not a member there, you can request in the group to join that platform. I'll be adding you free. It's a premium platform where we put all this mockup. That's why you see people using this beautiful mockup to present their work. Before now, it wasn't that much easy for people to do, but we made it easy. We have been doing this for a very long time, and it's very easy for people to use mockups. Beautiful mockups. You can see multiple mockups there. You must not even use the one that somebody else is using. Okay, at a time, might use the one somebody have used in the future, but now can even use the one you want to use. But it doesn't make any difference. Okay, you people are having different accounts. You can use different things in different places. So this is just a frame. Wireframe is spelled wireframe, not wireframe. There's E in wireframe. Okay, the same thing applies to this. Okay, let's just assume that that is fixed there, so I don't waste more time. So now, you see, you understand what I said. So whenever you're making a post on Instagram, you want to make, why I post us so that I will make the video first before we proceed with that is because I want to totally guide us. This doesn't only apply to people in the group. If you are a web designer out there and you actually want to publish your work, make your work look interesting to people, you need to what? First of all, introduce your wireframe. So the first day you'll be making this post, which is the wireframe, only this post. But on Instagram, you can make the post and your outro if you have an outro. Okay? But if you don't have an outro, just make only this post. Now, you're going to introduce this as what? A concept. Let people know a concept you just was created and talk about it as if it is a project, a real-time project. Okay? Talk about it like a real-time project. Like 4, 5, 6, 7 lines will be okay. And you publish the work. Okay? Do that and let them know that they will be expecting the real project in a couple of days. So in 2 days or so, you can now publish the main project with the rest of the project. Okay? That's when you have to publish all of these things. This page, the space in here is too much. You have to reduce the space. I wonder why I couldn't see that. Space in here is too much. This should be clustered together. But then, forget about it. Publish this like this. It's no problem. In the next one, you have to make your corrections from there. I hope you understand what I mean. So your projects now are going to be 1, 2, 3. That's the fourth day or the third day or the second day. You can do it like this. Okay? Why? Because now you can now post 4 contents. You can do that on Facebook and also do it on Instagram. So now people now see. Then the main posts are going to be the ones that are going to come first. Then the wireframe is going to come as the last one. The wireframe must be the last one, except you have an outro. The outro usually is the last content you post. The outro is this one like I talked about before now. So the first day content is just the wireframe. In short, just do the wireframe for both Instagram and Facebook. Don't put out outro. Just wireframe alone. Don't add any other thing. This is an intro and introduce your wireframe. Then the second day or the third day, the third day, that's 2 days after then, what you're going to do is what? Post your content now. The best of the mock-up should be in the front. The best of the best should be in the front. Then the wireframe will be the number 4 or the last thing. But if there is an outro, then you can add the outro at the end. I hope you understand. So that's what I want you to do, and that's how you are going to post your content in case we have assignments in the future from now going forward. That's how we are going to be posting the content. So after you've done with your work and it is approved, you can post your content like this. Post the wireframe first to introduce it. Then after 2 days, you can now post the main work, but make sure the main work, the main project wireframe mockup stays in front while the rest of the thing goes to the back. If you have any question, do ask in the group, okay? Once again, my name is Manuel. Enjoy the rest of your day.